Here we go, the brand new Nintendo Switch and the all brand new Zelda game in the house, ready to go. Stay tuned for a special announcement in this one, guys. It's going to be awesome. Nintendo Switch has arrived. We are going to the front door right now to get it. Here we go. Check out the t-shirt. All ready. Okay, here we go. Got the door open. All right. Okay. All right. We got it. All right. Shut the door. I got a big announcement to make. After we get this unboxing, we are going straight in to the unboxing. Woo! Oh. 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 Oh my God. Oh my God, I just fell down the stairs. Okay. We got this. We got this. We got this. Oh, okay. Ow. Okay. Oh. All right. I'm gonna need to recover. Hey, this is the McGuire Review, and this is going to be an awesome, awesome day. And the reason is because we just got the brand new Nintendo Switch. Now, I did have a little bit of a snafu here before we got to the unboxing. I did fall down the stairs. I did tear my finger up pretty good, so we've got that all bandaged up, and we're ready to go now. You know, I'll tell you, I've been waiting for this all day. I won't say who this was shipped through, but they usually arrive around the 11:30, 12 o'clock range, and literally it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I've been waiting all day. I've been like pounding RCs all day. I've drinking like 9 of these things. I can barely see straight at this point. So let's just go ahead and get straight in. What I have here is basically the Nintendo Switch, and I did pre-order the Breath of the Wild new Zelda game as well. And what we'll do here is just a quick unboxing, and we'll take a look at the console as well as the game. Where's the game? Oh, it's under the box. It's under the box. Oh my God, I thought I forgot the game. I was going to flip out. All right, so here we go. Here's the brand new game. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and it's a small kind of cassette type, and that's what they went with this one, just so everybody knows. These are actually cassettes, like little, they're not the discs anymore, so that's a pretty cool portable way, and it is a smaller box as well, in comparison to what you would have seen of like a Wii game or a Wii U game. So I'm not going to open that. I mean, it's just basically the cassette's in there with a little book. So there's the game, and here is what we're after, the brand new Nintendo Switch. So I'll go ahead and get the box open. Doesn't look to be any tape on it of any sort. It does indicate what's in the box here. And we'll open it up, and I'll show you there's like a kind of little setup right there on the inside. Once you open the box, says step 1, plug it in. That makes sense. Step 2, set it up. That's it. Step 1, plug it in. Step 2, set it up. So should be pretty easy, I'm hoping. So right off the bat, we will get, you'll see kind of how it's placed in there. There we go. And we'll get that out of there. All right, so it's pretty small. I mean, I did expect it to be a little bit bigger than this. I mean, I guess just from the visuals on online as well as where they've demoed it. But this is actually really small. So I'll kind of hold it up there just in comparison to my hand. And I don't, you know, you can see it's pretty small. I would say it's quite a bit smaller than than an iPad Mini. If I had to compare it to anything, it is a little bit smaller than that. And then you've got your speakers here on the back. Here's a little kickstand that's going to pop out that can hold that up if you want to set it up like this if you're playing. So that's nice. It feels like it's plenty sturdy enough. It isn't. I could see that being able to be, broke or snapped, so you're gonna have to watch that. If I was to put some pressure against it this way, it probably would snap right off there. But so you have to kind of watch that. And then on the back, you've got the Nintendo Switch icon there. Looks really nice. I will have to say it looks great. I mean, just the look of it. It's got a really high quality build look. Got some metal kind of around the outside of it there. Looks like your game card pops in right at the top. So that's where you're going to put in your actual game card. That's pretty cool. And then you've got a power button up top and a couple volume buttons on the top. And then on the bottom, you've got where you'll go ahead and dock it. Outside of that, there's no other buttons or anything on it. You can see there in the side where those controllers are going to strap in, kind of click into the side of it if you want to take it on the go. So we'll set the main console. And that is the main console for the Switch now. So this one's a little bit different than something we've seen in the past. Here's one of the controllers, and I did go with just the gray controllers versus the blue and the red. I just kind of thought the gray controllers looked a little better. I don't know. I just kind of like the look of what it has with just that black and that gray. Now these are really nice. They have a great build quality. There's quite a few little buttons. The buttons feel really good. I mean, the buttons feel really nice. And I'll tell you, a lot of people say these feel too small. I actually like the feel of these, and they fit really nicely in my hand. They fit really nicely. And there are some buttons that are up top as far as some like trigger type buttons. I actually really like the feel of these. This is gonna be great. And I could see myself playing just like this without that centerpiece that these actually strap onto. If you want to like make somewhat of a kind of a controller, there's another piece that's included here. I could see myself just sitting on the couch and playing like this with these. And the buttons feel really good. They feel like they have a really good spacing between them. I don't have any problem with these as far as fit and size, and there are buttons all over this thing. So you'll see they do just strap right in, and there are some arrows on the side here kind of pointing down. Right up top there's a little L for the left. And you can just put that right in there, and ooh, I like that. That's nice. Okay, so that's how you get those in. All right, I'm trying to see how you get it off. Let's see. Okay, so there's a little tiny button that's right here on the back of this controller. You're going to press that in, and that's going to release the side of the controller. So they just... they strap right in like that. All right, and that's what it's going to look like once you got it all together if you kind of want to take it on the road. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it's got a good feel to it. I mean, if I was to be traveling with it, more than likely I would have it like this because it does have a good feel in the hand as far as the weight as well. I probably would play it like this. But you could always take it off, and we just take those controllers off. Again, pushing that button kind of in the back and releasing those, giving yourself the kickstand. And I will say that if you're in kickstand mode, it doesn't go back a lot. It feels like it's designed where you want to be a little further away from it to have a good view. And I think that's, that kind of goes into the design of having, a few people crowded around. I think some of the other reviews I've seen so far, they're like, well, it kind of would be hard to crowd around. Well, I think it's because you're too close. Because if you're too close, you're kind of looking right down on it. And I think just based on the design of what it's working with, almost kind of forces you, if you want, the right view of the screen, to be back at least, I would say at least a good 2.5, 3 feet from the screen. Where if that was the case, you could have a few people kind of crowded around, all playing and being able to, still see the screen with the wireless remotes. So I think the design is really good so far. I don't have any problems yet. I'm pretty excited. Now we get that top piece off, and then you'll see there's quite a few things they've got here in the bottom of the box. So let's start going through that. First is going to be your HDMI visual cable. So this is where all your audio and video is going to stream through. Put that up front. Next thing is going to be your power cable. So we'll just go ahead and get that one out of the plastic, just to show you kind of the size on that. So I'm glad they went with something a little bit smaller. You know, with some of their other consoles, they've had these giant power blocks, and you know, this is a pretty nice little power block. It's not too big. That's going to be good for travel as well. So I'm glad they went with a smaller power block. Let's get into this next compartment, and here is when we're going to have kind of that main central controller holder. And this looks really good. So it's got a nice flat matte sort of black on the front with a shiny Nintendo Switch symbol. And then you've got a very shiny black plastic on the outside of that. It feels good in the hand. Let's go ahead and put the controllers in and see what that looks like, feels like. Strap those in. And you do need to be careful. I find, you know, on the sides of this, it's a nice clean, you know, right on the side. Here, you're kind of going in between two pieces of plastic, and I found myself, if it wasn't, you know, connected perfectly, it started to kind of tilt to the side a little bit. Make sure you don't, you know, snap one of those little connectors there. So make sure you get it in there nice and straight. Push that in, and that actually feels really good. I like that. So at the beginning here, I said I probably would just play with these two and not use this. I take that back now. This feels really good in my hand. It gives a nice solid feel. One thing I was afraid about is these right here being a little too small and the hand just sort of, you know, not rolling around it right and it being a real ergonomic issue. But we'll see, you know, the more I get to play it, I probably will come back and give some thoughts and some reviews on it once we get into play for a while. But this actually feels really good in my hand. So I'm happy with that. There's that so far. Here is a we got a left and a right. So these are actually, if you're going to play with just your, and we'll take one of these off here. If you're going to play with just one of your Joy-Cons here, let's make sure we got the right one. This is plus. Okay, so right on these, there's a little plus, and on the other one, there's a little minus, and those match up. So there's a little plus that's on this one. So you can just slide that right on. And this is how you're going to want to play if you're just playing with this. And you can, you know, you got a nice little wrist, you know, holder there so you don't end up throwing the things. There's some buttons on the side that you're going to get with that. So that's a nice little feature that you can kind of put this on. I don't think you have to put this piece on if you're playing with these. But you probably will want to, because it definitely looks like it's designed that way. And you know, you're going to want to have your little wrist holder, especially when you're playing any games that you're getting active with, like you're doing the table tennis or you're doing, you know, whatever. You're definitely going to want to wear those wrist safety bracelets there. So let's get into the last part. There is a Nintendo Switch booklet that's included. This looks like more of health and safety guidelines. And the last piece here is going to be the actual docking stations. Again, this version of Nintendo's console is vastly different than anything we've seen in the past, and quite frankly, it's vastly different from anything we've seen out of any of the competitors as well. They're trying to really bridge this gap between mobile gaming and console gaming, and we'll see if they've been able to pull it off here. So this is going to be the adapter. On the back side, there is a little compartment. I'll show you. It just says Nintendo. It says HDMI down here. That will pop open, and then you can put all your cables. So that's actually pretty cool from a cable management perspective. And you can see it's got a little area there to sort of run the cables in and out of. And then what you're going to plug in here is going to be your AC adapter. There's a USB port, and there's also an HDMI out. Now, what this USB port is for, I'll have to read in the directions. More than likely, that's going to be to support some type of, you know, maintenance type functionalities. That's usually what happens when these have USB ports on them. But who knows? Maybe it's going to support something into the future that can take advantage of that USB port. Maybe you can load pictures. Maybe you can load videos. I mean, who knows? I don't want to make those claims because I don't know exactly what that USB port is going to be utilized for. But it is not a micro USB port. It is a full USB 3.0 blue port. So that makes me think that it's going to be used for something more than just maintenance in the future. Now on the side of this, there are 2 more USB ports that you'll find here in the side. Those are not blue coated, but there are 2 more, so that's 3 in total. There are some little pads here kind of on the bottom, and it is only made to sit one way, which is like that. And I'll say, it's got some, this is actually really light, but those little pads at the bottom, those little feet, that are on the bottom of this, that's really, I'm able to kind of move the whole table. That's holding pretty good. So just to get a feel for what that would look like once you docked it, you would put that right in there like that, and that would strap down and then dock inside of there. And then it's actually connected, and then it would be charging. Now, this unit itself is not going to give the Switch any more power. That's another thing I want to make sure is clear. All the power from the Nintendo Switch comes from this little device right here, and you can see it actually just turned on. So maybe me docking this or pulling it out, or I don't know, maybe I hit the power button. It's turning on. So what it's asking me to do now is actually insert the controllers, and I'm going to do that right when we get done here, and then go ahead and go through the gameplay and the setup. But that is what the Nintendo Switch looks like. Here is the dock. Here is the extra controller that the Joy-Cons strap into. Here are your Joy-Cons, and that is the Nintendo Switch. So I can't wait to get this plugged in and start gaming on the brand new Zelda game. Probably going to play this thing all weekend. Oh man, this looks so awesome. The game just looks so awesome. And I think this game is going to do very, very well for Nintendo. So I know they put a lot of effort into it, and they've been developing this for a long time. And I have a feeling that this one is really going to set the bar for what the Nintendo Switch is going to be able to do and the type of gaming that it's going to be able to bring to the community. All right, let's get to the big announcement. At the beginning of this video, I said that we had a big announcement, and this is what it is.
Oh, yeah!
A second Nintendo Switch. So I was able to get 2 Nintendo Switches. I did purchase them both. This is not something that Nintendo has given me for free at all. I personally purchased both of these Nintendo Switches. Try to go to a store today or anytime next week, and they won't have any of these. It's going to be tough to be able to get these in the stores probably for the next couple weeks, or maybe longer. Who knows? They're definitely in high demand. But what I've decided to do, because I'm a nice McGuire, I am theMCGuiRE, I am going to give this Nintendo Switch away for free, including shipping, to 1 lucky subscriber. Now, we're going to put some stipulations on this, because this is a pretty pricey item. And you may think, well, what if I win it and I've already got one? Well, guess what? This is worth $300, and it's probably going to be worth a lot more than that over the course of the next month, because no one's going to be able to get these. Supply and demand, guys. And if you don't have one and you can't get one, well, this might be your lucky opportunity to be able to do it. So, let's get to the stipulations.
1.
Gotta be a subscriber of the channel, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber and part of the team.
2.
Follow me on Twitter, because I will announce the winner on Twitter. It's too difficult to announce the winner in the comments of the video. It just gets buried in the comments, and then I got hundreds of people asking me, who won, who won? It's so much easier. It's a much more effective form of communication. Just follow me on Twitter. The link to Twitter is in the comments below. That's where I'll announce the winner.
3.
What's the third one? It's time to open up the channel, guys. We are at about 800 subscribers right now. So this is what we're going to do. In the next 10 days, okay, we're putting a 10-day run on this. From this point to 10 days in the future, if the channel hits 5,000 subscribers, that's when I'll give it away. So we got to hit 5,000 subscribers to officially unlock the console. So that's how we're going to do it. Ready? 1, you got to be a subscriber. 2, you need to follow me on Twitter so you'll know if you won or not. And 3, the channel has to hit at least a minimum of 5,000 subscribers. And I will give this Nintendo Switch away to one of those 5,000 subscribers. And I'm just going to do it by the random tool. There's a tool behind the scenes in YouTube. I can click a button. It goes through all the subscribers. It grabs a random subscriber. That subscriber will get the Nintendo Switch. So if you're a current subscriber of the channel, what does that mean? smash that like button, share this video. If this is the first time you've ever seen this channel or watching this video, share the video, hit subscribe. Why not? You got a chance to win a brand new Nintendo Switch. And that's how we're going to do it, because this is the McGuire Review and I reward the team. So hit that like, click the subscribe below to join, ring the bell. This has been the McGuire Review, and we'll see you next time. Woo! Somebody get me another RC Cola.